When people think of China today, they often picture skyscrapers, bustling trade ports, and an economy rivaling the United States. But behind the modern image lies a history of endurance and sacrifice that shaped the nation's resilience, much like Bangladesh's own journey to independence. While World War II is often marked in Western narratives by Pearl Harbor in 1941 or Nazi Germany's invasion of the Soviet Union in 1941, China's war against fascist expansion began earlier. By 1937, 4 years before the US formally entered the war, China was already engaged in full-scale resistance against Japanese forces, a conflict that would last until 1945. China's vulnerability in the early 20th century came after decades of foreign intervention, the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression, the Eight-Nation Alliance invasion in 1900, and unequal treaties that weakened its sovereignty. By the time of the 1931 Magdan incident, it had already endured long periods of external control, a reality that resonates with Bangladesh's history under colonial and post-colonial rule. From the Marco Polo Bridge incident in 1937 to the end of the war, Chinese forces used both conventional and guerrilla tactics, fighting in harsh conditions with limited resources. This approach is similar to the Mukti Bahini fighters of 1971, who, despite being outmatched in weaponry, used local knowledge and adaptability to win key engagements against Pakistani forces.
And their sacrifices.
Taiyar Zhuang, Chinese defenders used terrain and local knowledge to defeat larger Japanese forces. Similarly, in the battles of Boira and Goripur, Mukti Bahini fighters used small unit tactics to neutralize better armed opponents. Changsha campaigns 1939-42. China's defenders repeatedly lured invading forces into traps before counterattacking, much like Bangladeshi fighters, who retreated strategically, regrouped, and launched counteroffensives in rural areas against Pakistani forces. Chinese women such as Zhao Yiman and Liu Hulan broke traditional roles to support the war effort, even at the cost of their own lives.
Immense sacrifice.
In Bangladesh's liberation war, women like Taramon Bibi and Shirin Banu Mitil took on dangerous roles in combat and communications, challenging societal norms and proving critical to the resistance. China's resistance benefited from the Second United Front, where political rivals set aside differences to fight a common enemy. In Bangladesh, diverse political groups, military officers, and Mukti Bahini were united together, demonstrating that unity in crisis is a decisive factor in liberation struggles. China lost an estimated 35 million lives in World War II. Bangladesh lost 3 million in 1971. These numbers are more than just statistics. They reflect the price of independence and dignity. Both nations emerged determined to rebuild, invest in education, and secure their sovereignty. The histories of China and Bangladesh show that resistance movements, whether against colonial, fascist, or military oppression, share common threads: adaptability, unity, sacrifice, and the refusal to surrender self-respect.
Their struggle to be heard has turned into global action.
These lessons are not exclusive to any one nation. They are part of a global story of people who, despite overwhelming odds, refuse to accept subjugation.